Bonjour, and welcome back to French Detours. I'm Tracy Parent, your guide to the regional specialties and hidden gems of France. Often our biggest apprehension about traveling abroad is the language barrier. Will we be able to communicate? Why not begin your next trip to France with a language course? That's exactly what I did 3 years ago in the heart of Brittany at Dialogue. Joining me now is the Director of Dialogue in France, Bernard Yanus. Thank you so much for joining me, Bernard. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Bonjour, Tracy. It's also a pleasure for me to see you again. Nice to see you.
Can you explain a little bit about your program and what makes it unique?
Our program has three main characteristics. One, it's a full immersion in French. That means that our students stay at least 5 days with us, from Monday to Friday. They have 4 to 8 lessons a day, but the immersion continue in the meals and the break. So it's French the whole day for at least 5 days. Second characteristic, all our courses are one-to-one, no group courses, and they are tailor-made to meet the wishes of our students. We don't use method or books. We adapt our lessons to our students and not the opposite. And the third characteristic, which is maybe the most important one, we concentrate on spoken French. And this is something which makes us different from other centers. You know, spoken French and written French are two different languages. The words are different, the syntax is different, but more important, spoken French works with sounds. Most of my students tell me I've been learning French for years. I can read articles, I can read novels in French, but when French natives speak, I don't understand anything. And that's because the French they learn is written French. At school they use methods, and methods are written. In French, as soon as you write something, you change the language and you make written French. So they never get in touch with the real language, the language that natives speak. Our way of teaching French is completely different. We put emphasis on the sonic aspects of the language. And therefore, we divide our lessons in 3 main parts. One is pronunciation. That means the ability to hear French sounds and to reproduce them. 2 is listening comprehension. French sentences are not at all pronounced as they are written, and we give them tools to understand. And 3 is oral expression. That means the ability to give a message orally. So we communicate, we put the emphasis on communication. So the 3 main characteristics are full immersion, one-to-one tailor-made courses, and focus on spoken French.
And I can definitely attest that my oral communication, listening and speaking improved so much after your course. Can you tell students what a typical day might look like? It sounds a little daunting to spend 4 to 8 hours in class, but it's really varied and you make it a lot of fun. Can you tell us what a normal day might look like?
I would say a normal day has 4 parts. The first part are not, of course, the one-to-one lessons. The second part are the meals, and the meals are with the teacher, and we continue speaking French. The third part is the free time, and during free time, our students can either take a rest, and sometimes they need it because it's very intensive. They can also revise what we've done together, make some preparation for the day after, but also take a walk in the countryside with our dog. And the fourth part, it's the night. And here, it's very quiet and you will sleep very well.
Yes, well, you have a lovely spot to be in. You are out in the country. I remember taking nice long walks with the dog in the countryside, stumbling upon beautiful chapels that I wandered in. Also the adorable restaurants you have. If you're in Brittany, you have to go to a crêperie, which we did for lunch. And of course, the extraordinary meals and the accommodations, you feel as if you're in a bed and breakfast completely being pampered while learning.
It's true. In fact, we live in one of the nicest region of France, which is Brittany, with a lot of beautiful medieval cities like Saint-Malo or Dinan. We are not far away from Mont-Saint-Michel. There are extraordinary natural sites like Pink Granite Coast. And we are in the countryside in an old traditional Breton farm, which is called a longère from the 18th century, with a beautiful garden, and as you explained, beautiful chapels, crosses, and old village. And each student has his own room with private bathroom, audiovisual aids for his or her study, and a cozy corner just to take a rest. I would say here it's like at home.
If I may say, it's necessary to congratulate your wife, Veronique, also, because her meals are spectacular.
You're right. I'm a lucky man. I have a wife, Veronique, who is an excellent cook, and she prepares dinners for us, which are absolutely gorgeous. For lunches, we used to go to small French restaurants, and it's an additional immersive experience for our students.
Mm-hmm. And is there a certain level of French that you have to have in order to take your courses?
The level doesn't matter. We've already had, it was a young American boy, he never had heard one word French before coming. And on the other hand, we have university professors. So the level is really not an issue. But we adapt not only to the level of a student, but also to the needs or to the wishes. If we have a diplomat, we work on diplomatic French. If we have a manager, we work on the company life. And if we have a person who just learns French for fun, we do exactly what the person wants. We speak about culture, wine, food.
I think that's a really good point about your program, is that it is tailor-made to what the student wants. And I know for me, I had looked at a lot of different courses, but I had specific communication goals in mind, and they were beautifully met. So how can others sign up for your program?
Oh, it's very simple. They just go to my website, www.frenchimmersioninfrance.com. They send me an email with their wishes and the dates they would like to come. I send them a booking form and they fill it out, and it's done. 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, I know I look forward to doing yet another course sometime in the near future. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, it was really lovely to see you again. Thank you, Tracy.
Yes, you. Okay. Bye-bye. A bientôt.